What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Arrow video. And Arrow has returned to, well, an interesting mid-season premiere. So Supergirl had an awesome reveal of new characters, a badass fight. The Flash had really incredibly high stakes here with the trial and everything that happened with that. And, well, we had a debut of Black Lightning, which, it was okay. It didn't really click with me, but I'm going to continue on watching it. And I'll probably do videos moving forward, but it is on the same day as The Flash, and it will probably have to get moved to Thursdays. But Arrow, well, it was underwhelming. Now, I'll explain why it was underwhelming. It wasn't certainly underwhelming because there was no action, because there really was, and some of the fight scenes were curious, to say the least. But we open with a return of the Bertinelli crime family, and, well, there is just one Bertinelli left. That is it. He is the last of his name, kind of. But he drops a name drop of the Huntress, who you will remember was previously in this episode, in the show, who Mark Guggenheim has said that he's open to her returning if they can fit her into the schedule. So the Huntress, this is pretty much the show's creators saying, do you remember this, Huntress? Do you want her back? Well, yeah, you're probably going to get her back. That's pretty much what that is. And really, I welcome that. To me, it's a new badass female character, or a return of a badass female character. Yes, I'm all about that. So dropping more Gotham City references. She is, of course, a Batman villain, and now hero. Yeah, it's weird how things work like that in comics. But Bertinelli also mentioned a name drop of a certain bat signal. So he said that you could build a website, or you could have a light with an arrow on it, which obviously is referencing the really, really cool bat signal, which has been used in every single Batman movie and is a staple of the comics as well. So more Batman Easter eggs as well. So really, really strange that they're doing more Batman Easter eggs, especially after the fact that they said that really these are just Easter eggs. So Batman isn't coming to the show. But, well, maybe this could open the door for more kind of Bat family characters coming to the show. Yeah, I don't know, but it would be really, really cool if they could team up with the Titans in Arrow. And really, Arrow really does need a rejuvenation because it's just stale. Now, I wouldn't say this episode was particularly bad. It just felt stale and kind of middling. It didn't really go anywhere. So we've got the villainous cabal of this group of really evil people, which has Anatoly, who is now done full heel turn as well on Oliver. We've got Caden James, Richard Dragon, who really I would have preferred that he be the sort of badass kung fu dude. Really, he's just like the problem with this is that we have a group of villains who was revealed at the end of last season. And, well, it doesn't really fit in. I didn't really care about that reveal. If they'd built that up over the season, if Caden James was recruiting people, or if we actually saw different villains attack the Arrow and then get recruited by a mysterious character in the mid-season finale turned out to be Caden James, that'd have been a lot better. But here, we've got this group who no one can really shine. So, Caden James, we don't know why he hates Oliver. Well, we do, but we don't know particularly what happened, the details. He just seems middling, and that's it. Black Siren is a lapdog of Caden James, when really you could flesh her out to be a full villain. She could be a villain on her own right, which I don't know why they've decided to do that. Again, you've got Richard Dragon, who is an interesting character. Yes, he is the actor who plays him, Kirk Acevedo, is a fantastic actor. But he's been probably in this episode, the show, probably, I would say about 5 minutes in his cumulative screen time. That's it. So why are you wasting a character like that in a group of villains. Has Anatoly even done anything apart from, you know, shoot up a kind of PR stunt that Oliver was doing? So, yeah, it really does feel like a waste. This group doesn't really seem to be doing that much. Now, Legends of Tomorrow worked better with the Legion of Doom because there was only 3 of them. And they built the group as a slow burn throughout the whole season. So they brought in Captain Cold later on throughout the season. So I think they're really having a misstep here, and there's no clear plan of what they want to do, because you've also got the Vigilante. So you've got the Vigilante having a very, actually, this is quite a cool storyline with our new Dina Drake. And, well, he's part of this villainous group for why? Why is he in this group? He's a vigilante. He says that all vigilantes are criminals. Dude, your nickname is the Vigilante. You should be killing yourself. What is that about? That's just, I can't even with that. It's just ridiculous and stupid. They should have kept him as the outside part, fighting both groups. Because, well, he wants to... What is his aim? What does he actually want to do? Because he's attacked Dina, who he's now revealed himself to actually have a life with her. But this seems to be all a plan for Caden James, who now wants to attack her, but he has a problem with the Green Arrow. I just don't know. There's no motivation. There's no overall plan. There's no goal. With Prometheus, he hated Oliver because Oliver had the life that he should have had, technically. We had Savitar, who, but again, had the life, hated Barry because, well, he wanted to be him and things like that. We've got Rain, who is built to be evil. There's no clear slate in this, and really it's a real crying shame, a canary crying shame, that really they've gone back to the season 4 quality of it just not making sense. Even Felicity and Oliver was bad, but at least it sort of had some sort of semblance of a good storytelling narrative. But here, it really doesn't. Now, I did enjoy don't get me wrong, I did enjoy the episode because the action was pretty cool. However, I can't help but think when Oliver was in a room with like 10, 20 villains, henchmen, everything, and he just flew off really slowly with his arrow, his kind of grapple hook arrow. No one could hit him. Why? I know henchmen are notoriously bad at shooting, but that's something else. It just suspends my disbelief, and it kind of takes me out of this amazing action scene, which really, it was a really good action scene. So we don't know what's going on really in Arrow. And you had that confusing sort of thing at the end where we've got our new Arrow team, the divided team, who then Oliver talks to them and kind of calls them out, and then Diggle calls them out. It's just confusing. But I do like Diggle's storyline. He's got the chip in him, which I'm not really sure or understand how that's supposed to really work, but it does work. But one thing I really was confused about in this episode was, we have a callback to the Black Siren bugging the bunker, which really you should have really expected if she invaded the bunker. But we have Felicity, it's bugged. The whole thing was bugged. And then they have some signal interference. So Felicity decides to text Diggle, "We're bugged." Now, they probably had cameras. They could have zoomed in and seen that text message. They probably hacked your phone at some point as well. Caden James is a master hacker. So surely the absolute elite master hacker Felicity would have realised that. So, yeah. Although we are heading into territory of that episode of The Simpsons where they kind of mention with Itchy and Scratchy where they're playing the wrong note on the xylophone's ribcage. So yeah, maybe I'm just nitpicking just a bit, but stuff like that just is really, really silly, to be honest. But it is a show about vigilantes, and they can cry, have a sonic sort of voice thing, so who the hell knows. But really, really kind of average to poor return here for Arrow for a show which I wasn't too excited about it returning anyway. But that is it for this video. Please do drop a like. Please do subscribe. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.